What's up, guys? It's the Delinquent Duncan here. Today, before I get into the video, I just want to say I'm hoping that you guys had a good Christmas and New Year's. And I know I was off for a long time, like 2 weeks, but that's because it was like New Year's, Christmas, but I'm finally back. This video is basically my review on Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho at Wrestle Kingdom 12. But if you don't want spoilers for the match, then I would suggest you click away from the video. But if you want to hear what happens, or you just want to hear my review, saying you've already seen the match, so you can stay here. So, basically, I'm just going to start off by saying I don't think it lived up to the hype that it got. It got a lot of hype. Everyone was saying it was going to be an amazing match. I mean, it was. Definitely, it was a great match. But I think a lot of people maybe overhyped it a little bit. Like, people were expecting too much from it, in my opinion. And, I mean, the selling was pretty good. But could it have been better? Yeah, of course it could. But it was alright. It was better than mostly what WWE could do. What I did like about what they used for the characters in this match, I loved the vicious side they used for Chris Jericho in this match. It was really good. It was the classic heel Jericho, and it made me feel like, dang, Jericho, this is a great Jericho. If only he was like this in WWE. I mean, New Japan, they made him look really, really cool in this match. I loved the vicious side and everything like that. He was a great heel in this rivalry. Omega, he was also really good in this match. He was pulling off all these crazy moves. The one thing I wish they didn't do with Omega so much in this match, though, they did way too many V-triggers. They did like 10, something like that. That's like one of the improvements I think they should do. Not that many V-triggers. There's like a lot of those. They shouldn't have done that many, in my opinion. But overall, I think they both did very good. I mean, Omega, in my opinion, he kind of botched the code breaker a little bit, but it wasn't that bad, but still. It wasn't really that good of sell right there, but I mean, it wasn't absolutely terrible. If I had to rate it out of stars, I'd probably have to rate it 4.5 stars, something like that. Didn't quite get me a 5 stars, but I think the more it got on, the more closer it got to 5 stars. The more and more the match went on, I think it got better and better because they were pulling off more crazy moves. The audience in Japan is so much better than WWE's audience, just saying that right now. It was a lot better. But that doesn't really matter. But basically, now I'm going to talk about what the ending was. I thought it was a pretty good ending. So basically, Jericho put a chair on top of Kenny Omega, and he was going for the lion salt. Omega quickly got up and threw the chair at Jericho's back while he's on the ropes, and he's just like paralyzed or something there. And then Omega from there grabbed him off the ropes, and then he hit a one-winged angel on the chair, which was a really good moment, and then he pinned him 1, 2, 3. That ending, in my opinion, I think it was pretty good. I liked the ending. I thought it was pretty clutch. I don't know why I said clutch, but I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a great ending to the match. And the one last thing I want to talk about, or second to last, is, what was it? My favorite moment from the match. My opinion, the best moment from the match was probably when Omega was going for the one-winged angel, and it looked like he completely hit it, but when I looked back at it, Chris Jericho, he actually rolled through the one-winged angel, and then he put in the walls of Jericho, and I thought that was actually amazing. The first time I saw it, I was confused, like, that was a no-sell. But then I looked back and he actually rolled through, and it's like, never mind. And that was a great moment right there. And I think that was great selling by both guys right there, and they both did absolutely amazing on that moment. And I was really shocked, like, wow, that was great creativity, unlike what WWE could do. I feel like if WWE did this match, they probably would have bored everyone to death. I think it was better to have New Japan do this match. Definitely. And the final thing I'm going to say is the question. It can be for you too, you guys too. Should there be a part 2 to this? My opinion, I guess. I don't really know. I think it was good the way it was, but at the same time, I want to see these two in the ring again because they did great together. They had great ring, I don't know what the word is, ring teamwork, I guess. But I mean, it's kind of hard to say for me. If they did do a part 2, people would probably say, do it at WrestleMania so WWE gets a side. In my opinion, they shouldn't do that. My opinion, if they do a part 2, they should kind of do what they did with Cena and Rock. And say WrestleMania 28, The Rock beat Cena, and then the next year, WrestleMania 29, they did the rematch. In my opinion, a lot of people didn't like that, but for New Japan, I think that would kind of work if they wanted to do a rematch. Like, it wouldn't have to be for anything huge, but it could just be a standard match. Just a standard grudge match. And they could do a rematch between Jericho and Omega, and it could be Jericho versus Omega Part 2 at Wrestle Kingdom 13. Now, and that also brings up, who would win that match? Would Jericho get revenge, or would Omega once again beat him? I mean, you want to have Omega. There's two different possibilities. You want to have Omega win because he's the next generation of pro wrestling, but you also want Jericho to win because, it's just going to make him look weak, kind of. But in my opinion, at the same time, I think the only way I would really think it's a good idea to have Jericho win is if he wins by, like, a cheap shot or something, because, you don't really... I don't think you should have the older guys beat, like, the new generation of talent, because it's just, you don't want people to get buried, like in WWE, by Roman Reigns, John Cena, Randy Orton sometimes. I like Randy Orton, but he buries people. So, I wouldn't want New Japan to follow the same formula. So, in my opinion, if they did a part 2, I'd probably have Omega win again. But that's just if they had a part 2. And, yeah. So, that's pretty much going to conclude this review on Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho at Wrestle Kingdom 12. Leave your review in the comments below, and also answer the question if you think there should be a part 2 to this. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and peace.